the back of my bumper. Must be.
Yeah, Daryl. It's called a rookie stripe. Trust me.
Is that how you felt when you were a rookie?
Yeah, it's how all speedway races go. When you're a rookie, no one wants to go with you. That's how it is. It's the yellow ones. They might as well say F you on both of them.
The yellow stripe.
Yellow stripe, man. It was so cool to peel them off after your first year.
Did you do a ceremony when you did it?
They did. They did a video. Yeah. We went to Daytona for the 500 in 17, and we were able to rip them off.
Although Daryl has a good, for his first year in the Cup Series, has a good record at super speedways. So
He does. Good for him. Happy for him.
Good for him. Happy for him.
Good for him. Cool. Yeah, totally.
So Talladega.
Yeah, yeah. What did you guys think of Talladega?
Everybody said it was weird at the beginning. I don't know what exactly we're talking about.
It was weird the whole race.
You felt like that? I don't know. It kind of felt like that, but then I also was like, well, what should be happening?
You can unsend messages on Instagram.
I didn't know that.
Did it say somebody unsent it?
This message has been unsent. This message has been unsent.
Wait, but does it say so-and-so sent you a message, or you are unsending it?
I didn't unsend.
But I'm saying, is it calling out people for sending you a message and then unsending it?
Like, yeah. No, it doesn't. It just says
Instagram.
This message has been unsent. I've actually caught someone doing that. So I was on Instagram, and I was having a conversation with somebody, and they sent me a message. We'll get back to Talladega.
Yeah.
Like, more important things. And so I was already on it. And so I clicked on the message, and it was there. And then all of a sudden, like 5 seconds later, it disappeared.
I've had that happen.
Like, oh, hell. And then they rewrote it. Yeah. Like they found a grammatical error or something, or wanted to say something different, which is weird.
Interesting.
Don't you proofread your
I kept getting notifications when NASCAR was posting the glass case story on Instagram. They're like, NASCAR mentioned you in a story. And then I would click on it, nothing's there. It's like,
yeah.
They're trying to decide which clips are acceptable. Yeah. They probably posted something, and they got a call from upstairs. I was like, take that down right now.
Take it down.
Hey,
take it down.
I'm just sending them the clips that I think are funny, and then letting them decide.
Oh, you send them clips.
I clip them off.
Okay.
And I'm like, here you go. So if there's anything special you want, like, just let me know, and I'll throw them in there.
I don't know why I thought they were like sitting there like watching the whole thing, like, oh, this will be good.
That's me.
That's what I do in my days.
Yeah.
So we know why Chuck is showcased in all the Instagram clips. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally just kidding.
It's never us. It's just Chuck.
I try and showcase him.
I'm just kidding.
It's like I scrub through and when's Ryan talking the most? Oh, that's not funny. Okay, that's kind of, we'll go with that. That's literally what happens.
So pretty much what he's saying is whenever you can find clips of me on the video, I never really say anything funny. So he's
telling you you're not
really
funny.
Have to skim. So I'll just shut the
doing a lot of
throwing shade.
You're digging your own ditch right now.
Shade 4-5, Sirius XM Radio.
Isn't it like hip hop?
You know what has a what?
Isn't that a hip hop station?
Yeah, I think it's like Eminem's.
It is.
It's
Shady.
Yeah, he's standing up, and you know what a great channel. And I didn't really listen to Sirius XM very much, and then me and Chase took a road trip to Nashville, and Pop 2K is a really good station on Sirius. If you have Sirius XM Radio,
I was like,
you should go Pop 2K. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like, it's everything from like 2000 to 2010. It's pretty great.
That's
all different genres.
What about the 2010 decade? What do they call that?
I don't know. I haven't found that station yet. Yeah.
Is that, it's not really, not like 2011 is not now.
Yeah, but it's in this decade. It's in the
When will
the
then
teens.
be now?
When will
Yesterday.
We're living in now.
Now or yesterday?
What you're watching now is happening now.
No, it happened.
Spaceballs reference.
What? Yeah.
It's all happening at the same time.
When they're looking at the thing.
What the hell am I looking at?
Yeah.
Anyways, Talladega.
Talladega.
Speaking of Spaceballs, Talladega.
Yeah. So you heard people say it was the beginning.
Everybody said it was weird.
The whole race was weird because
it was weird that I never once had to go to the care center.
You didn't?
I think there was like maybe JJ Yaley that didn't merit.
Wasn't there a wreck at the end?
Didn't merit a walk to the. Everybody kind of drove off.
Yeah.
Plus, you have to like balance at the end of the race.
Yeah.
How
what's the story?
Like what the storyline is, and is that person worth going to the care center and waiting till after the race to talk to?
Everyone is worth going to the care center for him.
Everyone. Actually, people should have waited at the care center. Drivers should have waited at the care center after you guys got done with pit road interviews. Should have waited for you guys to get back there so they could give their interview. That's what it should have done. And then once you did that, the drivers on pit road should have went to the media center. Actually, we just should have stood on pit road, and then for the media folks to come back and then ask us the same questions again.
Whatever could you be alluding to?
I'm sensing something here.
Some hostility.
Yeah, it's not hostile. Not hostile at all. It just kind of it's irritated me over the last couple of days. Let me go through this.
Okay.
Walk us through it.
I'm driving home Sunday night, and I see these tweets from a media member. I won't name names. I'll just say her name's Jenna. And
her last name is?
It rhymes
with Dryer.
With Dryer. And so she's tweeting stuff out of like, why media doesn't go to the track anymore and drivers should make themselves more available. And I don't know why drivers don't. She was making a big deal of like drivers leave right after the race. Like we get out of our cars. She made it seem like we get out of our cars and just walk right off pit road and go straight to wherever we're going, driving home or airplane or whatever. That's not true at all. Like she was mad that we don't stick around for like hours after the race to do something. I don't know. Answer media questions.
I think she was just upset because she has to stick around for hours after the race.
Okay, well,
meaning like,
yeah, I
don't think she had a valid argument because I've always gotten every post race interview I could ever need it, with the exception of occasionally if a driver's really pissed. I've had a couple of drivers, I will not name names, who have like stomped off and we don't get a post-race interview, period. But that's a different situation.
That's situational. I mean, if you're looking at cutoff races, if you're looking at that, like if there's a lot on the line and something happens at the end of the race and there's a big, guys get pissed, they walk off. Yeah. But they're not gone.
No, they're not gone.
But they're probably, you can go to the hauler and try and see, but they're probably not going to talk.
What I said is that, I think pretty much every driver that media wants to talk to, they give an interview and they say what they want to say on the front stretch when media comes up to them. I think people were making it seem like we should all go to the media center or something after the race. And I'm like, no.
That's a bad idea.
If you have every single, let's just say they've said every single driver. It's like there's going to be guys in there that no one even asked a question for.
Yeah.
If you have, so now let's say you have all the 12 drivers in there. Someone's not really going to get asked, maybe get asked one question. Another guy's going to get asked like 5 or 6. And you're just going to be sitting there for no reason.
I agree with that. So, I will say it would be nice if, I think they do it in F1 where they have like a special section that they go to. So instead of just the drivers getting out of their cars, whatever, and you've got media who are trying to get all the drivers to, who authentically want to talk to, certain drivers. And you've got one parked down here and then maybe a guy that led the whole time wrecks out. Well, he's all the way down there. If they corralled them all at once, like pretty much almost in a line, like a sectioned off place on pit road so that all the media could be right there, and I actually think it would be more efficient.
I do like that idea. I like the way that F1 does it after the race.
Yeah, like that.
Like it's a bullpen.
Which I think they tried to do that when they originally went to the rounds of qualifying, have like a bullpen, and it didn't work. But that's a different situation because people will just drive straight
when
back to
they were only picking certain
and
drivers to go to. It was like the first 3 out
something
of
like,
the round.
Yeah,
were
something
the
like
only ones that were going to
F1 where like no media can ask any questions until they corral all the drivers, and then it's just like whoever wants to go everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that.
I think it would help both
and it's
parties.
Like they were mentioning, the F1 drivers, they do like a thing before the weekend. They do like a big sit down. There's like 6 of them. Like, well, we do that too, but it's just single drivers. Like, and they ask us to do it. Like, I'm rarely asked to go to the media center like before Friday practice. Like, they want the drivers. They specifically ask, but I like that idea after the race.
Because of your velvet situation, they said no more rambling in the media center.
No, that ticked me off. Like, we should stay an hour
agree.
after the race to do what? You get all the questions you want.
Yeah.
Right after the race. I got asked like 3 times, 2 times by private reporters and then once by TV, the same question over and over again. Like, what happened at the end of that race?
Which would help if you corralled them. It would help.
Everyone would have their story. And then
TV gets weird about other mics that's the other thing. Yeah. TV in NASCAR should not be afraid to have other mics in the shot because you go to other sports where it's a presser and you see
you've got
20
cell
mics.
phones. You've got cell phones in there. You go to a football locker room. You see post game in there. There's cell phones in there. There's everything. Yeah. And there's guys like swatting hands down. That's the race after the race is when you've got the for lack of a better word, the gangbang. That's what they call them. Like when you've got just one driver and then all these media members. Yeah, it's a gangbang.
And I like the way that maybe football does it. You see them, but they made it sound like she was comparing it to like football. They're like, oh, you don't see that in football. I'm like, they interview maybe 3 people after football games. Like if the Panthers play, they interview like Cam, coach, and maybe one other player.
And for the record, half the time they're playing at home.
Yeah.
So they just have a drive back to their house.
I don't know. I don't get it. I was upset about that deal. But
well, the other thing with F1 versus NASCAR, there's a lot of access in NASCAR already. Yeah. Like not just post race, but like during the weekend, there's a lot of access. I mean, you can go into the garage and you can go talk to the PR rep and be like, "Hey, can I get 2 minutes to come talk or something like that?"
Yeah.
That was Justin. Sorry.
Silent.
Well, I was watching a clip that he sent me. Also, we have way more races than F1. By the way,
but with F1, they're very like you watch Monaco, like their crew can't come out and celebrate with them after the race. They're behind a barrier. Like there's a lot of different things with F1. There's a lot less access. So I mean, I think with NASCAR, you got to be thankful for the access that you got when you get it. Nothing's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for trying to make things better, but don't go and bash drivers for not saying they don't do interviews or stick around. Like, we do all the interviews you want us to do. I went to Martinsville after finishing 3rd this year to the media center, and nobody asked me a single question. I'm like, well, why did I go to the media center? Like, then don't give me
You should have raised your hand and been like, actually, I know the reporters are asking questions. I have a question. Why am I here?
Yeah, that's why I was angry. Whatever. Next subject.
You know who wasn't angry, though?
Who's that?
Eric Almirola.
Yeah, good for him.
I did like somebody.
We personally didn't need him to win.
Somebody though called you out and said if you can't win the race, you photobomb the
I did,
burnout.
So we ran out of gas coming to the restart, so we had to go down pit road and we were a lap behind. So we had to finish the race, and I was like 3/4 of a lap behind everybody because after we pitted, and so I had to cross our finish line. I'm like, I'm not driving all the way around this track, so I just turned around and went back. Yeah. And he was starting to do his burnout. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Well, it looks like you almost hesitate for a little bit, and then you just gun it.
Well, I didn't know where he was going to do his burnout at. I didn't want to run him over, but yeah. But,
did you know you were going to run out of gas?
No. I mean, we knew everyone was close, and we were trying to save as much as we could. But, we ran out, the 2 ran out.
And doesn't it make you feel better that, like, 5 guys ran out-ish?
Not
maybe?
really.
I'm trying to
Not really.
A little more
We needed to have a good
on
day.
it.
Now we're needing to win Kansas.
Well, that's when you look at the playoffs, going into the playoffs, everybody was talking about the big three.
Now they're not.
Who's won in the playoffs? One of the big 3?
One of them. Yeah.
I do like that there's been a different winner in every race of the playoffs.
The competition is stepped up.
The best of the best are bringing out the best.
Of the best.
The best.
To see the best on where their Sunday best.
Going to church?
Going to church.
No,
it's even True or Truex included. I was gonna say even Harvick and Kyle Busch aren't locked in. Like they still have to score a certain number of points. Now it's not that high, but But if they were to like wreck out on lap 1 and then everybody else did really good.
Kansas has been known to have some interesting things that have happened. Some people back a couple of years ago that had a thing that happened to Kansas that then carried over into Martinsville.
Was that the one where Kevin slapped Jimmy or punched Jimmy?
No, that was Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Chicago.
Yeah, that was this was Logano.
I always get those tracks mixed up because Chicago and Kansas are basically you could take one.
Except one's in Kansas and one's in Chicago.
I'm just saying the layout of the track is very similar.
Similar.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
every track has their own unique style. Kim. Every track, but yeah, should be fun. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. But so this man ran over by a lawnmower, was trying to kill his son with a chainsaw. Probably the most we've ever talked about racing. Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, it's fun though, kind of.
Yeah, we should do it more often. This racing thing is kind of cool. Isn't it?
We should just like have a Ryan rants segment. Where like we find something that really grinds your gears.
Really grinds my gears.
On a rough track.
Yeah. That grinded my gears Sunday. And I saw Jimmy Johnson actually.
Jimmy responded to something because Ryan brought it up.
Yeah, either
in one of
today
his articles, and he
last
tweeted,
night.
and then Jimmy responded to Nate.
Yeah.
So
Jimmy.
Again, I think it was just because if you read her tweet, it said, it's the most annoying seeing drivers taking photos from their chartered planes on the way home when we're only halfway through our post-race stuff. So again, I think it's more of like she would rather be on a chartered plane on the way home than having to wait until tomorrow for a commercial.
I would too, but
Don't we all?
Yeah, but at the same time, you got your job that you got to do, and your job is to do this. Your job's to do that.
I mean, yeah, we work Friday and Saturday. I know media people, they work the same days we do, but we just got done with the race, and once we do our media on pit road, we're done. We're finished. We're not going to stick around and put our thumb in our ass for an hour or two after the race. Get home.
You'd probably give pissed off interviews if you're waiting like an hour to answer questions.
You'd really do a pissed off.
Why do I have to wait
if you had a thumb in your ass for an hour?
Yeah, I would be ticked. My thumb's not that big, but someone else's. I don't know if I can get back there. I don't have that reach.
I'm not cramping my arm really from doing this.
Not that flexible. Yeah. Shit.
Should try some yoga.
Damn it.
Hot yoga.
Hot sweaty yoga. Do you think that's what?
Oh yeah. What are we?
We went on the man that
we did the lawnmower thing.
Lawnmower man.
Oh,
tried to kill
you
his
skipped
son.
so many. You just wanted to go.
Just saw the.
Well, I only skipped one.
Yeah.
The woman that accidentally stabbed her husband while cutting pizza.
Well, these are both. Those are both murders.
Talking about weapons.
Well, the one I think the lawnmower was
lawnmower.
The lawnmower was attempted murder.
Oh, he didn't die?
No, wait.
Trying to kill his son.
Well,
did he die?
With a chainsaw. No, he was trying to kill his son, and then he died, I thought, trying to kill his son.
No, so I'm guessing just by reading the thing, the old man was trying to kill his son with the chainsaw, so the son ran over him with the lawnmower.
He had his leg amputated.
That's it.
Oh, well, Hey.
A man who police say was run over by a lawnmower while trying to kill his son with a chainsaw has had to have his leg removed.
Was this a...
Bristol, Tennessee.
Oh.
Bristol Herald Courier reports that a warrant for 76-year-old Donald Ferguson couldn't be served until Tuesday because of the severity of his injuries.
Is this a new...
What if you see him at the track next year?
He's bleeding from his leg and head.
Oof.
What?
He tried to attack his son with a running chainsaw while the son mowed the yard. They had an ongoing feud. He's charged with attempted second-degree murder and violating probation.
Chainsaws are scary.
Yeah.
I had a ex-boyfriend that sliced his knee open with a chainsaw, and it just folded right open.
Yeah, when you have a running blade of chain.
It's more the heat and the energy than it is the sharpness, isn't it?
Still, it's metal that's rotating.
That has edges cut into it. Yeah. It's going to be bad. If you have something that can easily cut through like a 3-foot diameter tree, it's going to hurt your flesh a little bit. So, yeah, I'd stay away from those.
Yeah.
You ever watch that show,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's not a show.
Speaking of scary movies, Halloween comes out Thursday, which I'm very excited for.
Like number 20.
Like something about loggers. I can't remember. It was like...
did we talk about when we did the lumberjacking thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lumberjack.
Yeah.
Thing. We got to go back there.
Yeah, they changed their name.
Yeah, it's something more professional.
Axe Club of America.
Yeah, it's like super official.
They must have got a license.
They joined one of those
so they had to change it?
Probably.
They joined the man.
I don't know. I mean, hey.
What was it called again?
Axe Club of America.
No.
It was called Lumberjacks.
That's it.
Yeah.
Lumberjacks.
Well, I guess Axe Club America makes it more inclusive. If you hear
who's
calling
number.
you now?
It is an unknown number.
Spammers. You guys get spam calls?
So many spam calls. And then I go and block them.
Yeah. But they always find ways to get new numbers.
And it's always, is it yours like the same area code in the first 3 digits of your phone number?
Yeah. No. They're trying to use things to mask it so you think it's, because I always think with my cell phone from work that it is, maybe it's somebody dealing with work, like it's a work cell phone number.
Yeah. That's what messes me up. It's like, I don't know who's calling me.
That's the best thing about still having my college number, my 305 number, is I don't really know hardly anyone that has a 305 or a 954, whatever, all the South Florida ones. So anytime I see a 305 number, it's 99% chance it's a solicitor.
Damn solicitors. Have you seen the guy on the Facebooks that replies back and answers the calls and does all that and tries to just with them?
My dad does that. My dad
it's a machine, right?
Not always.
No, it can be people.
My dad had one guy call, I don't know if it was a guy or a girl, and he pretended that he was hard of hearing, and he was like, and that he had a really quiet voice. So he was really whispery, and the person kept turning up the volume because she couldn't hear him. And then he took an air horn and he blew it in the mouthpiece of the phone.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
That's pretty funny. I have answered it before, and it's a machine, and I always tell them to go themselves.
It's a robot. It's trying to take over.
You can copy that one down as well.
Yeah.
In that same area.
Yeah.
I always say that, and it's I feel like someone is controlling the machine, though, because when I say that, it pauses for a couple seconds, and then I hang up. So I'm
Depends
like,
on if it's a machine or a person.
Yeah, I hope a person calls me and I can tell them that because that's just
Sometimes there
rude.
was another time. My dad gets real with them. Like one time he
gets
told him
real?
he was like, "I will come and find you if you call my house again." And then the guy said, the guy answered back because they have like all your information that you can Google, and they're like, "I know," and he said something back like, "I know you have 3 daughters, so you better watch out if you keep that tone with me." And they just got into like a
going
pissing match.
Daughters. Jeez. Your dad'd be Liam Neeson up there.
I was about to make a Taken reference right there. 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
Good luck. Anytime I hear somebody say "good luck," I picture
more Sean Connery.
No, it's not. It's not Liam,
I'm
but
saying
it's the guy on the other end of the phone that says it.
It's the Arabian.
Yeah.
Is the Arabian?
But your accent sounded like Sean Connery and like Hunt
Do you
for the Red
see where
October.
the one guy from Game of Thrones they're considering him now as the new Bond? I don't know what his name because I don't watch the Game of Thrones.
Idris Elba? When they looking
no,
at him?
he's not in Game of Thrones.
No, but I'm saying, weren't they looking at?
Yeah, they were looking at him.
I like the current Bond, to be honest with you.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah,
Craig.
See where he got a bunch of shit for wearing, like the baby carriers, the front baby carriers.
Mm-mm.
Well, he has a kid, I guess, and was wearing one.
I would hope so.
Who was
if
it?
he
Pierce
was wearing,
Morgan was giving him crap about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of sexy.
Emasculated him is what it says in the thing. I'm trying to see if I can see.
Did that article come up when you just typed James Bond?
Yeah, that
about
right
the
there.
baby carrier?
Yeah. Captain America star slams Piers Morgan for calling Daniel Craig emasculated James Bond.
Captain America.
Game of Thrones star rumored to replace Daniel Craig as next. This is on Sputnik International, so this is probably Russian. So
why is that the first thing that comes up?
What?
That Sputnik International is the first source that comes up on your computer. What kind of dealings with the Russians are you doing?
I don't know. I try to... wait, no, sorry. It's wrong accent. I don't know. I mean, it's... No, wait, hang on. Let me get my American accent back. Sorry. Yeah. Hey, how are you doing? I am not Charles Bushnick from Mother Russia.
You are a secret Russian spy.
Yes, like the Americans. Great show.
Yeah, good show.
I still haven't watched that. I need to.
It's really good.
I love Carrie Russell.
Yes.
She does not age.
Amazing.
I've been watching Ozark.
How's that?
So good. So good.
Haven't seen it.
Well, what's his face? Why is it a
Jason Bateman?
Jason Bateman is like my closet celebrity crush, like the one that's like.
His daughter on that show is she's on The Americans.
Oh, really?
It'll give you more reason. I think it's his daughter,
her.
the curly blonde haired girl.
Oh, that's not his daughter.
That's not his daughter. Never mind. I haven't seen the show. You need to lean into the mic a little.
That's a different daughter.
Text.
It's because my chair won't scoot in all the way, so sometimes I forget to lean forward.
Well, it gives you good posture when you're sitting straight up like that. You know?
No, that's not his daughter in it. But she is somebody's daughter in it.
She is somebody's daughter?
Cade's daughter.
Cade.
I haven't watched Ozark, so I don't know who these characters are.
You should watch it.
I know Jason Bateman.
It's about money laundering. Laura Linney's in it. I love Laura Linney.
Was there money in the banana stand?
What is that a reference to?
Arrested Development.
Oh.
Yeah, which Jason Bateman's
Yeah.
in. There's always money in the banana stand.
Jason Bateman is.
I think we found Kim's...
I'll pass.
I'll pass.
No, I've always liked Jason Bateman.
She's sweating.
He's
Jason Bateman got me fleshy.
God, Jason
I
Bateman.
will admit it. I've always liked him.
Yeah.
He's like a nerdy crush.
So would you say he's
I know where you're
not
going.
attractive in the normal sense of the word?
What is it?
Conventional
standards of hot or what?
Yeah.
What did
I don't know. The way you said it earlier was like, she's not conventionally hot. It's like, she's got an air about them.
Conventional oven.
It's not so much the face.
Convection oven?
Conventional.
Oh.
It's a unique oven.
Oh, it is hot in here, though.
Yeah.
I think just you. I think it's kind of
Just
chilly
me?
in here, to be honest with you.
I have tights on. Ooh, I just hit my mic.
I'm trying to pull up the article, but it's spinning, so site can't be reached. Sputnik News cannot be reached.
You wonder why.
Probably the dark web.
Your phone's your computer's about to explode. Good thing you have that orange tape over your camera.
They're probably tracking you.
Probably.
I don't keep a thing over my camera. I probably should. I probably also should not have announced that on
That you
air.
don't keep a thing over your camera?
Yeah. Now I'll get one.
Yeah. It's
I
on
don't
your
do
phone
anything.
too.
I don't do anything sketchy though.
I don't either. It's just the thought of the fact that they can. I mean, hell, your phone is a microphone that they can reverse and you can tap. I mean,
do
pretty
you
much.
believe in all that?
I do.
Yeah.
I mean,
easy.
come on,
Yeah.
that's easy to believe.
Sure.
I'm not saying that it happens, but that it can happen. That's fact. Like that's not like a paranoid.
Yeah.
They might be doing it. It can happen. They're probably not doing that to me.
They did. They weren't. Now they are.
Yeah.
Mr. Sputnik International.
Sputnik.
You're about to get a lot of.
Sounds like a potato.
About to get a lot of spam.
Yeah, these are all not very good
Photos of the guy.
Well, no, not that. But I was just saying, when you look at the sources, not credible looking sources.
You would not be able to list those in your bibliography if you wrote a paper.
You'd have to definitely clear your history after you went to one
you
of
got
those.
Sputnik International, Fatherly, Highly Cited. Oh, that's the Sun, sorry. And then Konbini. It says Highly Cited, the Sun, and then Odds Checker.
The Sun, though, that's a British paper, is it not?
Yeah.
That's legit right there.
That's a legit one. But I think it's like in the tabloid.
Daniel Craig, I believe. His
bodyguard hunk.
Yeah.
Oh, because he was in that
Richard Madden
show, The Bodyguard.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Madden.
Or was he a bodyguard? I don't watch Game of Thrones.
I'm gonna have to get that subscription.
Yeah. Anyway.
Has Daniel Craig announced that he's done with Bonds?
I thought
the
remember. Next one.
I don't know.
Anyway,
he's getting old, so he's got to at some point.
You got to get a new Bond in there.
You
got to get a new Bond.
Yeah.
They tried to make. Remember when they tried to make Shia LaBeouf the new Indiana Jones?
Stupid.
Like they were building him up to be the
fail.
Also, but there's not a history of having multiple Indiana Jones.
No.
That's where the problem was.
Yeah.
Part of it too.
No, it's like getting another person to play Wolverine other than Hugh Jackman. It's just not.
I can't picture anybody but Harrison Ford as.
It's worked for Spider-Man though, apparently.
Well,
they've done like 10,000 reboots.
I don't get the whole reboot thing.
If you read, I forget what book it is. People like familiarity, but with a little newness.
Yeah,
it makes them swallow it and accept it and consume it more readily.
So basically, it's like here's the same shit.
That's why there's all these
but a
reboots.
new person.
And a new,
yeah.
I don't know. Like all the Halloween.
Yeah.
Well, this one isn't
No, this.
Do you call it over? It's more of like it's in the storyline.
It's a
sequel
sequence.
to like the originals. It's in
because Jamie Lee Curtis is in it.
Yeah, she's back. She's gonna
kill him.
Up. Yeah,
that's why I like the Star Wars stuff because you're exploring the universe.
Yeah, it's a big universe.
It's a big universe, the Star Wars universe. And there's a lot of different things you can do.
Essentially, the series could go on forever.
Right. Well, and like with the Star Trek stuff, they did those movies for a while.
Lost me. I have no idea.
I didn't.
I haven't watched anything of Star Trek.
I was going to say with the new reboot when they had Chris Pine step in, I
never watched
they had one of the movies where they did a nod to Leonard Nimoy.
Okay.
Like it was basically they said this is actually a parallel or another universe. It's a parallel universe. So it gave them.
You can do that then.
Yeah, like it was a cool way to give a nod to the old, but then bring in the new because those stories like that, stories like James Bond, stories like Star Wars, Star Trek, like they're universal stories that you can carry on for a long time as long as you're in the same universe.
Well, you said it was a parallel universe.
But I'm same like plane of existence. Trying to think of a different way to say it.
Because you can like time travel in some of these, can't you?
Right. So like it gives you the ability to bend the rules and to get through as long as you're paying homage because a new generation of people will see Chris Pine as Captain Kirk instead of
that's
William
crazy
Shatner.
to think.
Yeah.
About.
I know it is, but if they keep doing them, that's what'll happen. Captain Kirk is always Shatner.
William Shatner, yeah.
Just like James Bond is always.
Oh, Sean Connery. We had this debate on the truck this weekend. Well,
I feel like we've had it on
We've had it on here too. I say Sean Connery, although when I was younger, when I was little and watched them, because my dad had me on the Bond films like at age 5. I don't know if that was good viewing for a child of 5. But when I was little, I liked Roger Moore. But then I grew up, and I like Tall, Dark, and Handsome.
I've gone back to Roger Moore.
Sean Connery.
I like the campiness of the Roger Moore Bonds.
Live and Let Die is my favorite.
Yes. Yeah, that's mainly because of Solitaire. I like, what's her name?
Oh, what from?
Yeah.
Jane
Seymour. Jane Seymour.
Yeah.
She was in
Yes.
Wedding Crashers.
And also
she was the mom in Wedding Crashers.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
I know she is now, obviously. Yeah.
And this is her. This is her when she was younger.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She was beautiful.
Like
beautiful.
I'm going to say this, and this might like she was so beautiful. I didn't want to look at her. She was so beautiful. Like,
is this conventional or unconventional?
That was conventional beauty. Like one of the most like it was like wow, that is just stunningly beautiful.
Like good for you.
Yeah,
like happy for you.
I don't think I've ever encountered anybody, male or female, that was so beautiful. I could.
You had to avert your eyes.
I had to look away.
I have to look away. You're too beautiful for my eyes to gaze upon.
Looking at the sun.
I'm going to stand to stone. You'll like Medusa.
Speaking of stone and Halloween and space, did you see the comet resembling a human skull that's set to pass Earth after Halloween?
It does look like a skull.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I did see that. Yeah, that's super scary. I'm sure that's...
Maybe it's actually a premortal being, and it's bones left over from giants that used to wander the world.
It says celestial. My Marvel fans will know what I'm talking about.
It's the skull of a celestial.
Just drop an Easter egg for them.
I just did drop an Easter egg. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure someone edited that, and just because it's close to Halloween, they'll do that. But
I'm going to play the video that NASA put. I mean, it does kind of like the shadows
quality
on it.
Is
yeah. Well, I mean, it's space.
Fantastic.
It's a long way away.
It's in space.
It's so far away.
Yeah.
They shot that on a Nikon.
I actually shouted on NAFA.
You having trouble again this week?
NAFA.
All of us are.
I just had a little bit of a lisp when I said NAFA.
Right.
NAFA. It's NASA's.
NAFA? I think it would be a TH list, not a
NAFA,
TH.
yeah.
You said NAFA.
Yeah, but NASA's, because I was trying to say infrared telescope facility.
Say that 10 times fast.
NASA's infrared telescope facility. NASA's infrared telescope
facility. Or don't.
Yeah.
Or don't.
Stop. But in Hawaii, they believe it to be an extinct comet. So it could be.
An extinct comet.
Yes.
If it's extinct,
lost
wouldn't
its
it be
ice.
not existent?
No, it lost its ice because that's what creates the
the
little
ice
tail.
is the tail.
Yeah.
Because it's so many orbits
think you
around
can-
the sun.
Like a shooting star and stuff.
I think a dead comet is better than extinct. It's a dead comet, not an extinct.
Giant
Extinct,
rock
I think, like they're gone. There's still a part of it there.
They call dinosaurs extinct, but there's dinosaurs around.
Alligators and crocodiles?
Alligators and birds.
Birds are dinosaurs for sure.
Alligators are definitely dinosaurs.
What are the ones
Crocodiles,
that-
look at those things.
Sharks.
Sharks,
Komodo dragons?
giant squids,
Speaking
Komodo
of
dragons.
sharks.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to get to this because
Oh, yeah. You had a comment on it that you were saving for us.
we found an article that said, don't skinny dip with sharks. Apparently it's more dangerous. No, it's not. No, it might feel more dangerous
I think
because
it's more
you
dangerous.
got your Tic Tac hanging out.
Your
But,
Tic Tac.
but I heard that on it was a TV show reference. And, but, I don't know how cold the water is. Okay.
Probably freezing if sharks are in it.
Yeah. So
it is a Tic Tac
hanging out.
It is a Tic Tac.
And,
It was cold.
it was cold that night.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, it might just feel more dangerous, but it's not more dangerous. And the shark's not going to see your male or female parts and
I
be
think
like,
so.
my appetite's gone
It's like
up.
when you go fishing, what do you fish with? What
Grab
kind of
worm.
bait? A worm.
I mean, some people fish with worms. But
Exactly.
other people fish with other fish or lures or something like that.
But worms.
Sometimes, okay, sharks are not like the fish you're fishing for.
But
like,
eels were in the tank, and eels, I think they eat worms.
Does
and
that make
eels
sense?
have the.
You don't
An
fish.
eel in a turtleneck.
I would not want an eel clamped onto me. Stop. We haven't even actually told the story.
No. But there was a video of a guy in
That was funny. Took me like
Toronto.
2 seconds to get that one.
it was in British Columbia.
Oh, I thought it was Toronto. Maybe that was just the
Maybe
Toronto.
he's from.
Maybe it was just the article I read.
He's from
that said
British Columbia. I can't talk today again. I can't do it. But yeah, it was in Toronto, and it was outside of a medieval times attraction. So
Why did they have a tank? I don't think.
I don't know. It was
I
at
don't think they had
exhibition place around
aquariums
8
in
p.m. on Friday. The victim.
medieval times. You know what's weird about medieval times? You think very land-related things for medieval times, as
Never think
opposed
about-
to like the
It was at
ocean
Ripley's
or like,
Aquarium. It was at Ripley's
or
Aquarium.
like
So I mean, it's
or
in it.
fish type things.
Right. I had two people talk to me about two different
Sorry,
things. I was
sorry,
trying to
sorry.
make eye contact
Go
with both
Kim,
of you
go
to
Kim.
not be rude, but
I'm just saying I always equate medieval times with
yeah, like
land,
like castles and fight for
castles
land and stuff.
and horses and
Yeah.
jousts.
You never think of like what went on in the ocean.
Yeah.
Like medieval times, I'm guessing, was that close to like the Viking era? That's what those dudes.
What was the
known for?
overlap on the ocean side for medieval times?
The oceans have existed since
No,
the beginning.
I'm saying storyline.
So did the
wise.
oceans form after medieval times when like King Henry pulled that sword out of the thing?
I mean, it was water to begin with.
I'm saying,
Then
what
a hand
was the
swept, and there was
storyline?
some land and shit.
What's the storyline on the seas during the same period as medieval times? Vikings? Was it Vikings? Was it pirates? Was it exploration?
Yes.
I don't really know the
The answer,
timelines.
the answer is yes. There were seafaring people. Like they say that the Vikings came over here to the U.S. and
But was
probably
that during,
around
was that
the Middle Ages.
Oh, so that
yeah.
was medieval times.
I mean, define medieval times. Are you talking like the Renaissance or the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages? Like what's
the show medieval times? Where does that take place?
That's a fantasy world.
No, there was knights and kings and dragons. There was also wizards and stuff.
There were wizards.
They existed back then. We wiped them all out. Witches and we burned them all. They're gone.
Oh,
Done. Finished.
Done. Finito.
Done.
Flambe.
Finished.
I would like to be a wizard or a witch.
You would be a witch.
I was saying you'd be a witch. Well, you'd be a witch, yeah.
Witch.
Whichever you choose.
Ah.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the dude getting scared. And
I mean, there's pictures.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
They're very grainy.
Yeah, it's grainy photos. It's probably good for him that they're grainy photos. But it was outside of a Ripley's, believe it or not, in Toronto. So I'm assuming it was in a big sort of attraction area in Toronto.
Okay. Did something happen to this man?
I believe
He got arrested, didn't he?
The police were called. He swam to the enclosure and emerged from the tank before doing a backflip into the water. There is video on the CBC News website of the man in the... I mean, he is identified. They identified him as a British Columbia man. And,
I don't see any sharks. I don't think he's in any danger.
Well, there was a photo.
All I'm saying is, if I'm going to
There's a shark.
Oh, shoot. If I'm going to get bit,
There's naked ass.
I'd rather have scuba gear on.
Naked guy showed up.
Get bit.
Why would you think scuba gear is any safer than
Like mesh scuba gear?
Chainmail.
Chainmail?
Medieval times chainmail.
No, really,
Chainmail.
they have almost
That
like
is-
chainmail mesh scuba gear
You think
that
that's
protects
gonna
you from shark bites?
do anything when a shark really wants to eat you?
It will help a little bit.
Sharks don't necessarily
Haven't you seen
attack
Shark Week
humans.
where they wear those suits that are like kind of have like metal mesh and they can just like shake the shark?
They just put it in the shark's
They
mouth.
just shake the shark off. Yeah.
As of the
I think
writing
they're
of this
armed.
I
article
don't know about
and
that.
the taping of this podcast, he has not been caught.
What?
Oh.
They pulled him out, I thought.
But he was able to get away before the police got there.
He ran away. No one wants to fight a dude with his dick out.
Yeah.
Fair. So if you ever are about to get arrested, get
Just
naked.
take all your clothes off.
Just get naked.
No one wants to fight you, or they'll probably arrest you. They'll just tase you, and then you'll probably fall on your nuts. And stuff.
If you don't have
It's gonna be
clothes
good.
when you get arrested, do the police still have to like manhandle you to get into the
Oh no.
like what's the protocol?
Any police
couldn't
out
they-
there,
couldn't
let us
they-
know if you've
couldn't
ever had
they-
to arrest a naked guy.
Couldn't the person that's being arrested then claim like
Do you think,
inappropriate touching?
Sexual assault or
Sexual
something?
assault?
do you
yeah.
think the police like carry blankets in the
To,
back
like,
of their
throw
car?
over?
Well, because like you know
Sure.
they're first responders, so they might arrive in a
So they'll have
situation.
some blankets and
Have you
stuff.
ever noticed that in like incidents like that, the first thing that happens is they put blankets on people, like in the movies, like they're sitting in the back of an ambulance and
Yeah.
hang on, let me put this blanket on you real quick.
This
Okay,
house is,
now
this house is on fire. Blanket.
Always when there's an alien invasion too,
Yeah,
or any
blankets.
sort of there's a virus taking over the world.
they've got blankets and they're drinking coffee. It's like
it might be hot cocoa.
it could be
Could
or
be
tea.
hot.
Could be a tea.
I don't like coffee. Can't be cocoa.
You are drinking coffee now.
I am. I had some amazing Folgers are my favorite.
It's the best part of waking up.
It's in my cup.
cup?
And
I was going to say putting it in.
What?
what? Huh? I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Thumbs up.
Come again?
That's an Easter egg to earlier in the show.
That was
Oh.
funny. I just got that one.
Yep.
Yeah, I became a coffee drinker like 3 weeks ago. I don't know why. I just had a craving for it. I went out and bought a Keurig and stuff.
Bad coffee though.
Crazy. Folgers bad coffee?
Keurig is bad. Not
Really?
Folgers. Keurig is.
Why? Why is it bad?
It's easy. It's quick. It's fast. It's
He's totally judging you right now.
I drink.
Are you a very big anti-Keurig guy?
I am.
Do you riot?
I don't riot. I
Do you
mean,
protest?
if
The
it's-
guy who
if it's what I
invented
have.
Keurig wished he had not
Yeah.
invented it.
Why?
There's
a
no
money
there. I don't know if they
cartel.
figured it out now, but there used to not be a way to recycle the plastic cups. Yeah, and the machines are really hard to clean too.
Yeah.
Like it's something like they get mildew in certain areas or something.
Funguses.
You know,
among us.
mine's about 3 weeks old, so I
Used to
think
be
I'm
good.
okay for now.
Basically, what you should do is just every couple of days run hot water through, run a couple of cycles
Or
of
just
hot
buy
water,
a French press.
or that.
Seems like a lot of work.
French press is so easy.
Is it easier
It's
than
like
Keurig?
rustic.
No,
but it's better coffee, and it's more manly.
No, don't try to pull the man card on me. I don't give a shit if I have a pink Keurig. As long as
There's
it just,
Brian like,
as long as it gives me
the man,
coffee. Yeah,
the man card
Very
would
tiny.
be like a tin of coffee that you just throw a couple of scoops in, some water, and then hit go on your Mr. Coffee. Like that's man coffee.
No, I think of
Tastes like shit.
I think of like a
Mr.
like
Coffee.
a rusty old like
Cooking it over a
saucepan
fire?
Over a fire.
Yeah, that's what I
which
do.
That's essentially a French press.
Yeah,
is that what you do at your reenactment?
yeah. I boil it in a tin
And
can.
then you filter out the grinds.
Sometimes
Eat the grinds. Eat the grinds.
Sometimes that's why you have a mustache. It's a filter. You just sit there and you just sip, and the grinds get caught in here. and
Just
you
a big old black mustache.
Yeah.
And you can chew on them all day long.
The other thing you can do is put a little bit of cold water in there. The grinds will settle.
Mm.
So that way you don't have to do that. Or just use your teeth to strain them too.
I always thought a good idea would be, like they make like tobacco pouches, make like coffee pouches.
Ooh, they might actually if you Googled
Oh,
it.
you mean like throwing your lip?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's coffee beans.
Okay, so
You just chew the coffee beans.
so you
Or
just
just grind them a
grind
little,
up
like
some coffee
coarse
beans and
grind.
put them in a little
Yeah.
little filter.
Yeah.
And
Or, I mean, I
all day.
have done this one before. Just chew some coffee beans and you get a little, hey,
Stop. You did not get a little kick.
you do. Enough.
Did you also grind it up and then snort it up your nose?
No, I just chewed it and then swallowed it.
did you butt chug it?
Yeah, butt
You just
chugging
put one up
coffee
your
beans.
butt? I actually would think
Just
that
the
would have a
powder?
very bad effect.
Yeah.
Knowing what coffee does when you drink it.
It'd be
Yeah.
You put
terrible
it straight
for
up your
you.
butt. Don't they make enemas out of like some have coffee? There's coffee
I'm gonna
enemas.
go- Let's see what happens.
I think there's such thing as a coffee enema.
Ew,
Look,
man.
Look, it's the first thing that came up.
The things that pop up are I typed in coffee and then E, like
You spelled
spacey.
coffee
I just put a space. I'm not a speller. I'm a doer. Coffee enema, coffee emoji,
It's the first coffee E that comes up.
coffee enema kit,
See?
coffee extract, and coffee espresso.
Like
Let's look at the coffee enema.
Coffee espresso is not even the first coffee E that comes up.
The How-To Guide to Coffee Enemas.
Wow.
A blog by Kelly Brogan, MD.
I told you.
Oh,
and
of course she's a medical doctor.
It could
Well,
be a
we don't
dude.
know that she's a doctor or he's a doctor or
I know some Kellys that are dudes.
yeah.
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson.
A coffee enema is a type of colon cleanse. Learn about who may benefit from this practice,
Oh, a
what it
colon
entails, the potential risks, and more.
Her epic and funny guide to the healing power of coffee enemas.
So I will say something I've really noticed since I started drinking coffee. I shit a lot more frequently.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to
Drinking
make a
coffee.
point. Like I was saying, knowing what coffee does when you ingest it through the mouth.
Okay, I thought you were
I
just
wonder
talking
if
about
it-
like getting really wired
no.
and stuff. Okay,
I was
you're talking
alluding
about
to
pooping.
the fact. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to do it pleasantly.
Keeps you regular.
I
Yeah,
was trying to do it pleasantly.
and my urine smells like terrible coffee.
That's why you got to like cup of coffee, water.
Oh,
You
yeah,
gotta filter
okay.
the coffee.
Sorry,
25 minutes in, we got to the shit talk.
I
Ooh,
thought we paced ourselves.
Yeah, we did.
We were doing good. Well, you didn't get to the benefits, and
Now, what is the
we'll read that.
benefits?
Go to the headline real quick, though. Those words at the top: the epic, irreverent, fearless troubleshooting guide to coffee enemas.
Troubleshooting. That should tell you something. Is people have tried a coffee enema and gotten it wrong.
I just want to know if it's like the grinds, if it's the beans.
Like,
Like, are you just like putting a single beans up your butt?
I wish there was like a step.
There, it says.
Where?
Oh wait, no.
No. I'm looking for a step-by-step guide.
Wait, what is that warning for?
Very well. How much liquid you're installing? Instilling. Sorry.
Oh, so you're doing it like an enema, like you with water, but it's just
The standard
coffee?
volume is one. Each dose is 1 pint.
pint. You're
Wow, that's
The
a
ratio
lot.
of coffee to water during brewing, standard concentration.
so you are
is
doing
2
an enema, like a
tablespoons.
water enema, but with coffee.
The
With
caffeination strength.
the temperature.
So does it come with a funnel or not?
Here's the ingredients and equipment: organic coffee, filtered water, coffee enema filter, quart mason jars and half-gallon mason jars,
Why
1
a
quart
mason
or
jar?
5 quarts of glass enema bucket kit.
They're making this real redneck.
What's
putting in mason jars.
what's a rolling enema hose clamp?
That's to spread open.
I think
I
it's
feel like
like
this needs to be done at a colonics place.
I feel like it's a beer
Not
bong.
like, well, that's what a rubber colon
Yeah.
tube is.
yeah, I mean, I feel
Oh,
like it's a smaller
you for-
diameter.
Then
but,
read the next two.
lubricant of choice: and paper towels.
Definitely need some paper towels. Whole rolls of them, probably.
Optional equipment, witch hazel. Intimate equipment soap.
Intimate.
I like how they say equipment.
Yeah.
Equipment, yeah.
Poopery spray. A squatty potty. Non-toxic disinfectant. A good book, Kindle, or e-reader. So, yeah. So
that's
that.
Interesting, man.
Coffee enemas.
I vote.
Thing.
Read that, though.
Chuck.
You don't want to talk about Chuck to do it. Filtered water. You don't want to risk putting anything unsavory in your bottom, so make sure to use clean water.
Just
what if it's like Fiji?
Just
you got like
water.
Cases of Fiji water to do. Coffee enemas.
Yeah, Fiji. No. That's for my enema later. It's coffee enema.
Coffee. I got coffee brewing. I'm gonna make an enema later. It's gonna be good.
Great. You want some?
Yeah. You want some coffee?
Want some coffee? Brewed it from my ass.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this one, the alien maternity photo shoot, because part of me thought it was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
The other part of me thought it was stupid, really, really weird. Yeah. I don't like maternity photo shoots anyway. I think they're very strange.
So weird.
It's like, okay, we know you're pregnant, and you don't have to pose like naked with your
like the sexy maternity shoots. Yeah, not really. No offense to the pregnant woman. I know you feel very womanly during it, but
I don't. I've just been not a fan of. I mean, I'm not really a fan of like wedding photos either.
Me neither.
Just like
with the baby photos,
or like engagement photos. None of that.
Yeah, like all the photos they take one photo, pre-marriage, after marriage. Hey.
You should just take a photo in front of a green screen and wear all green, so you can just Photoshop what you're wearing in the background, and then you have it for everything.
Yeah,
or just not.
I like candid photos better than
just do candid photos. If somebody gets a photo of you, and you're pregnant, cool. Boom. Yeah. Hey, look, I'm pregnant.
You don't have to go hire a photographer to do these photo shoots. I don't know. Emma's probably going to do that, and it's going to piss me off.
But like with the pregnancy photos, it's like you're saying, congratulate me on the sex. Like, look, I got a bun in the oven.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good job.
Yeah. Like everyone knows you've been pregnant.
Yeah.
Everyone who you're posting to knows you're pregnant. Like, you don't have to, I don't know. I mean,
disclaimer, none of us have been pregnant, so we can't officially speak on
How do you know I haven't been pregnant?
Whether or not you really would have a desire to have a maternity shoot. I saw a very weird, it wasn't a maternity shoot, it was a baby announcement, because you know how they do pictures for that too? Like, it'll be like 3 pairs of shoes, or it'll be like them at the dinner table with a can of Prego tomato sauce.
To announce that they are pregnant?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I got to guess now. Great. You put one extra pumpkin on a fucking set of stairs, and now it's like, are you pregnant, or did you just make another jack-o'-lantern?
Did you miscount?
What's going on here?
You should start commenting on people's and be like, just like completely oddball. Yeah. Like, great little pumpkin.
Like, great. Did you get a dog?
But their pregnancy announcement, they live in Australia, and it was the husband done as like a pregnant sand mermaid. So you know how they can get in the sand and do things around you? It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I sent it in a group text of friends. I was like, what am I looking at? But that was their pregnancy announcement. Not her. It was the dad in the sand, and they had built like a mermaid tail and a pregnant
That didn't even like, that doesn't really make sense.
Explain to the people that are listening the photos that sparked this whole conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Because we just kind of glossed over.
So everyone's seen the movie Alien, I hope. If you haven't, you're not going to get it.
You've probably seen the one scene, too. Or you've seen Spaceballs.
You've seen Spaceballs or the one scene. So
if you haven't seen either, stop listening.
How Aliens is the aliens somehow go through your mouth, and then when they get big enough, they burst through your chest. Like the whole alien.
They eat themselves through
your like rib cage and stuff. So this person did it, this pregnant lady did it to where it looked like an alien was popping out of her belly. And it was very
Have you ever seen The Astronaut's Wife?
Stuff.
With Skeet Ulrich and Charlize Theron.
Ooh, I like Charlize though.
It's a good movie. It's older.
About who you are.
I think Skeet Ulrich is the one in that. Anyway, The Astronaut's Wife, it's good, but it's about aliens and being pregnant, and it's good. You should watch it.
Is she pregnant with an alien?
Can't say.
Well, I'm guessing she is, because you just told me like two premises. Like, there's aliens and she's pregnant.
That they cross over.
Johnny Depp?
Oh, it was Johnny Depp in it?
I don't know. I just got a text that said Johnny Depp, so I just said Johnny Depp.
Originally, I was going to say it was Johnny Depp, and then I was like, I thought it was Skeet Ulrich in that.
Oh.
I don't know.
Did you look that up, Justin?
Or is Johnny Depp an alien, and
he's the
wife doesn't
baby.
know?
Oh,
or he's the alien baby. So he comes out a full-grown man.
Man baby.
Man baby.
Johnny Depp. He is kind of
Johnny
a man
Depp's
baby.
in it.
I still like the Spaceballs when they're at the bar and it just.
Did he have the soup or the special? He had the special.
He's doing the hat dance.
Yeah.
Hello, my baby.
Hello, my honey.
I think we can get it. I think it was in public domain.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. No one even knows who sang that song.
No.
That's like back in the 40s.
Yeah, it was like 1944. It was Judy Garland and. No.
You know?
You just want to sing and not let me sing.
No, so I sang the trolley song. You know that one? The clang, clang, clang with the. Nope. No, that's the same look I got in the lunchroom the other day when I tried to make that reference. And so we're going to move on from that to Kansas City, maybe. I don't know. We got about a couple minutes left. I'm fumbling now.
Kansas City cutoff race. Big one.
Yeah.
Big race. Kansas City, I like Kansas.
I do too.
The racetrack is in a nice area.
Everybody likes that Legends area. It's nice considering not other racetracks have that kind of offering around it. But there's
like
so many
Charlotte.
There's so many cool parts of Kansas City. Well, I'm just saying, like, compared to Martinsville, no offense, Martinsville.
Fartinsville.
Say Fart.
Have you been hanging around Merriman? Because he liked to call it Fartinsville.
The actual Kansas City is
Kansas
really
City
nice.
has some cool areas.
Yeah, like the red light. No, what do they call it? The red light district.
The red light district.
I was like,
Gaslight.
I thought they had Gaslight District.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gaslight
something
District.
like
Yeah, the red light district is a completely different part of Kansas City.
The bottoms where they have all the antique and vintage shows.
The red light district in the bottom.
Yeah, I've been to the red light district.
Is the
insane.
bottoms in the
It's crazy. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's really weird. You guys ever been?
It's cool.
The red light district?
No.
The Gaslight District. The blue light?
The red light?
The red light district was
red light,
crazy.
green light?
Yeah.
blue light special. Shine a light on me.
Yeah. It was weird.
Sorry, that's midnight special.
Yeah.
Are they
Good barbecue.
Are they naked in the red light district or just wearing like pasties?
Are we talking in Amsterdam?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because I was pretty hammered when I went. I think they are just wearing like underwear in all the windows. So those of you who don't know I'm pretty sure everyone knows what red light district is, but it's a little area in Amsterdam that's really crazy. If you ever go, you gotta check it out. It's window shopping for ladies, pretty much, and like they're just in these windows. Apparently, it's somehow legal over there. I don't know how they get around that. It's pretty much like
make a law that says it's legal.
There needs to be like a
get
little
them tested regularly.
There needs to be like a little mail slot in the door or in the window so that they can put tips in.
Like, I like you, boop, but I don't want to do anything with you.
But I don't want to do anything with you. That's a nice little dance you're doing.
Here's €5.
Here's $1. No?
Nobody caught the mail slot with the tip.
Put your tips in. Yeah, put your penis in. Kim, you're gross.
I should have let that one go.
I was being very innocent in my mail slot comment, so my mind did not go there.
I believe she was because I didn't even think of that until you started laughing.
Sorry, that was right where I went.
But it's weird. Yeah. Crazy.
Whoa, jeez, Kim.
Chuck's getting all amped up over the red light district.
Yeah.
No, you spun your phone on his.
Oh no,
thing.
I spun my phone. I'm saying Chuck
trying to blame shit on me.
Yeah, she is for just our listeners who just heard a big bang.
She about knocked over my coffee that I'm getting ready to once the show's over.
Put up your butt.
I gotta cleanse. Gotta prep myself because Thanksgiving's coming up. You know, all the sugar next week for Halloween.
Yeah.
So after Kansas,
2 weeks. Halloween's in 2 weeks.
Is it in 2 weeks?
It's
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
I'm all off.
Somebody asked if we're gonna dress up.
That's
during
Martinsville.
Recording.
We should. It'd be pretty funny.
Maybe we'll come up with an idea if we do it, but we'll probably be in here, so just be us.
But we'll be on camera.
Yeah, and it will come out on Halloween because Halloween is on a Wednesday.
Yeah,
so
that'd be nice.
It'd be nice.
Maybe we'll do it.
Send us some suggestions that we'll completely ignore, but we like reading them.
I have some ideas.
We like seeing them on the Twitter.
Yeah,
but we won't talk
Twitter
about
machine. Them. Oh no, it's an
app.
I was trying to think who's on that
First?
week, but it's not. Next week we have a guest.
We do?
We do?
You have to tell us off air.
Yeah.
We all got the text, y'all.
We did?
Yes.
Oh, I think
Like,
I
Johnny
remember
Depp?
who it is. Yeah, Johnny's going to be on the show. It's crazy.
Johnny Depp, not Skeeter Roy. Oh, you're
Johnny
saying no.
Depp and-
Oh, it's off. Good thing I didn't say who it was.
Johnny
It is
Depp and
off.
Tim
This
Richmond
person
are
is
going to be on the
not
show.
coming on.
Yeah, great.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Did you see where Bowman got to wear that Tim Richmond throwback?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh,
Not one bit.
not one bit. Not one bit. Do you want to?
Oh, he just got the email, so I wasn't like completely out of line to
let's
say that.
play the music. You playing the music?
He's real
hang
pissed
on,
about.
hang
He's
on.
real pissed now.
He's
About
pissed.
it.
I'm just going to
really-
make sure that
Really mad.
I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Yeah.
I just got to make sure that my sound is on before I
Go
do
stretch
this.
your Achilles,
Yeah.
Chuck. He actually has a reminder come up on his computer.
You're right.
Thank you.
I
Thank
do.
you so much.
Because
What else do you put on reminders? Like go scratch your butt?
No, pay your bills.
Make sure to wipe 2 times.
Front to back, back to front.
Don't forget to give yourself a coffee enema. Wait,
Back
wait. You go back to front?
You got to clean a batch. No.
I like to go back to front.
I like to go sideways.
I've actually never thought about a guy having to wipe. So
I like to go back to front the first go around, so it just smushes it all up in there. Then I got to go back.
does the
Like,
equipment?
you're like, floss.
No, for real, does your equipment get in the way of reaching?
No, it doesn't.
Do you know anatomy?
All I know is that there was a fossilized. It's a walrus penis, not a human penis. That was 4 feet long.
Yeah.
That would get in the way.
Proud of that walrus right there.
An Usyk. It's called an Usyk. They got it at Ripley's.
Oh.
You know, some perv at Ripley's like, yes.
4 foot long.
This is,
Ripley's, you won't buy this shit?
I swear to God, it's the most amazing thing I've ever tasted. I mean, seen.
You know what?
You should hang it like over your
The funniest part of the show was the last part of the show. I hope everyone listened to the last part of the
They
show.
won't. They never
Everyone
do.
just gets out of here.
Because they don't rate and review and like in iTunes.
Because they hate us.
They don't listen this far.
All 8 of them.
We lost them 30 minutes ago.
No, they don't listen this far either. I wouldn't.